As rumors swirl about the future of the Great Bethune-Cookman University and what it beholds, the Student Government Association has decided to take a stand with the students against the controversy in regards to the uncertainty of the university's accreditation. I am Sara Wilson, reporting live from WM&G TV News, bringing you an exclusive with the Student Government Association's very own Vice President Denzel Smith to dispel all the rumors. Tune in now.
My name is Denzel Smith, the Student Body Vice President for the 2018-2019 academic school year. I'm honored to be here with you.
Thank you so much for agreeing to this. I'm pretty sure you know everybody wants to know what's going on.
Yeah.
There's a million and one questions that everybody wants to know. So I'm just going to start with the first one. So what led up to the decision to terminate interim President Grimes? Well,
that's a question that we want to know too. The timeline, if I can just give a brief timeline, about last Thursday before last, during the homecoming week, we received a call that this news would be happening and that the Board of Trustees is looking to remove interim President Hubert L. Grimes. Immediately that raised our antennas, like something's not right about this, because there's something that they're trying to make a permanent decision and not allowing the student body to know why. So maybe if you all find out that answer, we'll know too.
Okay, so you guys didn't even know why.
We don't know why they want to remove. And that's one of the questions that we'll be asking from now until they tell us, why are you trying to remove President Grimes?
How long is the university on probation for?
Well, that information, it can last, technically we're supposed to be done July of 2019. Technically we're supposed to be done with the information that we've been given. However, if these type of situations continue, that investigation can go on longer, that probation can be cut shorter, there could be an immediate thing where they just say enough is enough. But right now, as of the information, it's supposed to be July 2019.
And what are the stipulations that the university must conform to under the probationary period?
So there's supposed to be monitoring the way that we govern our university, as far as about who we hire, who we fire, those type of things. We're supposed to supply documentation about our financial growth in areas, and we're supposed to not have any bad press or media coming out about the university. Those are some of the big pieces about the SAC's probation. So more so the governing issues and our finances is the two big things that's going on with the university.
You said bad press. Would the allegations of all the lawsuits that we had being in the news not too long ago, would that be breaking the rules under the probation
How
period?
far along are you referring to?
About a couple of months ago,
well,
the Wells Fargo came out.
So that's all a part of that situation. We don't need any bad media now. Okay. And our biggest concern as the student body is that if you all fire Judge Hubert Grimes, that will result in bad press. And that's what we believe. There has been people who've called me and called our president and some of our other administration members saying, well, a student protest right now will look horrible for press. No, it won't, because we're proving to SACS that we care about our school and we need something done at our school. So we don't believe that a student protest, a peaceful protest, will look bad on the school part at all.
I agree. If the Board of Trustees know the stipulations of the probationary period, why do you think they want to remove President Grimes so abruptly?
That's a good question. And to be as politically correct as possible, my thing is this. If you have nothing to hide, why are you fighting so hard to hide it? Is that saying enough? Yeah. And I also want to just let our audience know that Judge Grimes was put in this position by the current Board of Trustees, by the same people who are trying to remove him a year later. That's all I'll say about that.
Is it true that President Grimes already fired 4 members of the Board of Trustees?
Well, Judge Hubert Grimes does not have that power to fire any Board of Trustees. That is not something that he can do. The Board of Trustees is the ones that actually hired him or put him in that position. So you can't fire somebody who has hired you. But what is true that we do know is that 6 Board of Trustees members resigned as Board of Trustees members within the past 2 months. Now that's a fact that you can read about in the news journal. You can look that up. Just to name a few, Nancy Loman is one of the people who resigned. She was a board of trustee member, which raises another area of concern. You're resigning during the time that we're on probation, 6 of you, that's scary. And it was quoted that Dr. Michelle Carter Scott, the chairwoman, said that more will probably follow.
So what is the fight against? Is it against the Board of Trustees, which is Chairwoman Michelle Carter Scott, or Grimes?
It is not against Grimes at all. And I also want the student body to know that we're not here advocating for President Grimes either. You know what I'm saying? Because so many people have tried to, well, what has Grimes done? And didn't you hear that he's in? We're not here fighting for President Grimes. Although we support, we thank you for being our interim president, but we are not here fighting for him. But what we are fighting against is the injustices that the Board of Trustees have placed on this university. We have so many things, so much information that's being provided to us about the mishandling of funds and other things that I won't go into details about today, but we will go in a few details tomorrow during the rally that I'm sure you'll ask about soon. But it is simply, we want the whole board to resign, because clearly there is some things that has been done or in this situation have not been done that has placed Bethune-Cookman University in the current position that we're in. I cannot blame a man who has only been president for 1 year for the situation that Bethune-Cookman University is in. But I can blame a board who has, for the most part, been around for the past 10, 15, 5 years, and who has seen these things go through that we're going through. You've known that all this was happening, and I have to question, if you weren't a part of it, why didn't you stop it?
True. So with the rally this upcoming Monday, what is the message behind boycotting class?
So this is simply to say that students are standing in solidarity for one thing. This is also letting people know that without us, there is no purpose of having a school. So if we're not in class, who are the teachers going to teach? Why are they getting paid if we're not in class? So it's really a bold statement to make, and some people feel like, well, that's dumb. I've had professors and different people come up to me and say, well, students don't go to class anyways. Well, on Monday, it'll actually have a point for ditching class. And we're not saying that this is the end-all, be-all, but we hope that it makes a statement that without us, what's the purpose of a school?
As SGA Vice President, what does this movement mean to you personally?
I travel 16 hours every time I come to school. I live all the way in Indiana, and I have to drive back and forth from school. My dad, Lord rest his soul, he is the reason I'm here. I promised him that I would get a degree. I promised him that I would finish school. And I want to make that promise mean something to him. I want that promise to mean something to me. And more so, when I look at people who desire to come to HBCU, I want them to be able to come to Bethune-Cookman University. That's what this means to me. It's not so much what can I gain from it, because I'm risking a lot. Dorenzo is risking a lot. The student body is risking a lot. However, what's more important is the people who's coming behind us that want to be able to say, I believe in Bethune-Cookman University. I want a degree from Bethune-Cookman University.
Right, because we should have people in office who are actually doing what they're supposed to be doing. So what is the plan of action that SGA plans on doing up until the meeting on Thursday with President Grimes?
Thank you for that question. So we've already started the physical and online petitions, and I just want to pause and say we've gotten close to 4,000 signatures, ranging from students, faculty, and alumni, and friends. We have so many HBCUs and PWIs that have been just pouring in their support. So that's the first piece. And then we're doing this class boycott on Monday. We're thinking about doing some more radical things within the week. But on Thursday, there's going to be a board meeting. And we're going to go in and we're going to show them these petitions. We're going to show them every piece of documentation that we have. And we're going to also have 4,000 withdrawal forms in our hand ready to be signed, saying, if you do not make a change, we will leave Bethune-Cookman University.
What is the goal for the petition? How many signatures are you trying to reach?
We're trying to get 10,000. Originally, our goal was just 4,000. That was the student body. And we have garnered that within 48 hours. So let's get 10,000. Let's get 25,000. Let's get as many signatures as it's going to take to say, look, you owe us some answers, and then you owe us some action. And the action that we want is the removal of the Board of Trustees. And this is not a personal thing. This is about the business of Bethune-Cookman University. And it has not been handled well at all.
Definitely. So how do you feel about how some of the student body thinks that the SGA is kind of just doing this just because they want to for their own personal benefit, saying that sometimes you guys aren't actually for the students? How do you feel about those comments?
We are sacrificing so much. We are sacrificing so much. I can tell you some of the phone calls that I myself have received, threatening my own well-being. I can tell you about the situations that Dorenzo, our president, is facing, which is why he can't be at the interview right now. I can tell you about all of the backlash that we've received. Why put ourselves in that situation if we did believe in the student body? And some of these things, some of the things that we've been stating, how can we make some of these things up? Nobody wakes up and wants to be in a movement. That's the, you know, I tweeted something a few days ago. Last week this time, I was celebrating homecoming. A happy student, loving my HBCU. The very next week, I'm in the middle of a movement. Nobody can predict that. However, because of our positions, if we don't stand up for what's right, who will? Understand that SGA is in this fight with you, and we're in this fight for you. And what we need from the student body right now is to have faith in the people that they elected to serve them. Have faith in the people that is actually advocating for the needs of the student body. And if you look at the track record of the Thomas and Smith administration, we've gotten so many victories on behalf of the student body. So why would we try to change that now? There's nothing that we can gain from this personally on an individual level that will equal or match what we're looking to gain for the Wildcats. That's what it's about. We want that when you do come back for homecoming, that you have a school to come back to. That's our fight. Not about Denzel. It's not about Dorenzo. It's not about the Thomas and Smith administration. If we could take the back seat, we would, but because we're in these positions, we have to lead from the front. And we're asking that the student body will join us. You know, have faith in us and have faith in your own school. Have faith in what something in your heart is telling you that this isn't right. So support what is right, and that's the student-led protest.
Okay. And what is one last message that you want to convey to the students in order to actually push them to support this movement with you all?
We need you. The worst thing that we could do is put Dorenzo in that room by himself on Thursday, because then they will be able to rip through. But if we stand together as Wildcats, they can't break down that wall. They can't. So that's what we want. We need unity right now. That's it. We don't need anybody behind the scenes throwing shade at our movement. We don't. Because they're standing together. The Board of Trustees are standing together. Trust that. They're standing together right now. They're probably speaking on what they want to do right now. SGA is standing together, but we need the entire 4,000 students, all of the alumni that we could get, all of the friends and family of Bethune-Cookman University. That's what we need. That's my last message. If we stand together, we will win.
On that message, I definitely support you all, and I will definitely be there tomorrow.
Thank you.
Helping you all. And I thank you so much for your time.
No problem.
Thank you for answering all the questions that everybody's been wanting to know.
Yeah. And if you have any more questions, I'll give you my number right now. It's 219-276-9545. You can email me at denzelsmith94@gmail.com. You can go to my Twitter, Denzel_success, Instagram, Denzel_success. I have been open. The entire administration has been open and transparent about everything. As you can tell, we have been releasing some information that potentially could put us in a bad situation as individuals. But because we care about spreading the truth and not lies or allegations, we're putting out that, you know. So just know that we're not telling you anything that we made up. Some of the stuff we can't make up if we wanted to. So join us tomorrow at 11 o'clock on the quad in front of Whitehall, because we're going to be using our voices to make a change. Thank you.